Namaskaram. Today we have gathered here for a day-long Dalit Progressive Conclave organized by this, and the main organizer being my friend Ramesh Nitela, all other dignitaries, Shri V.D. Satishan, Dhanasri Anusuya, Minister from Telangana, Shri Prakash Ji Ambedkar from Maharashtra, nation knows him, Kallikunil Suresh, MP, Tirumala Valvan, MP, Lakshmi Murthy Amma, she is just 80 now, and we are expecting more years and service to the society from her. Shri Jayesh Mewani, all other dignitaries here, and Priya Sahodari and Sahodarin Mare, Namaskar. It is really a different conclave here. Ramesh ji has been working for this particular conclave for many days, and he has mentioned this to me in the very first meeting itself, that Governor Sahab, you have to come for this, and I have made it today here. The Gandhi Gramam is an institution that gives us new ideas, new potential to the people in the villages. What is to be done, how it is to be done is more correctly how it is to be done, and how we do have a success in this. Many have mentioned about the plight about the SC and STs here, and what we need to do. But one question comes to my mind. After all these years, 75 years or more than, or almost 77 or 78 years of our independence, and we having accepted the constitution presided by our Bharat Ratna Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. After all these years, I don't understand why we have the need to celebrate such conclaves. That shows itself that all these years, throughout these years, we were not serious about the development, about the progress of the SC and ST communities. Really, it itself tells us how we are thinking and how do we work. We have been doing this for all these years, but still a lot to be done. Prakash Ji Ambedkar was giving a very fine lecture and telling us how to do it, how we need to do it, what is the concept. He was telling us about the agenda, whether it should be implemented or not, or whether it has been implemented all these years or not. And that ultimately we find that we have not been very serious about that. He has highlighted this. All the speakers here, they have already told us what is to be done and why this plight has come. Why this today's need of having such a conclave here. That is exactly because we have done only lip service and no action all these years. But now that some people who have gone to the people in the villages, gone to the SC/ST communities, they have understood their plight understood what is to be done there, and we are doing it today. This is a very much need of the hour. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was awarded Bharat Ratna. In fact, his life, his thoughts, his work, and his own culture itself is beyond Bharat Ratna. It is not restricted to Bharat Ratna. In fact, he himself is a Vishwa Ratna, not only Bharat Ratna. What he has suffered a lot, if we read his biography, we will come to know what he has suffered and how he has suffered. But those days, his sufferings are a guide and lesson to us. How he was treated, how he was not given his due credit, due status. At that time, when Babasaheb Ambedkar had come from studies from his Western countries, there was no one in our country who had such a knowledge, such degrees as Babasaheb had. No one in our country, not a single person. But still he had to suffer. That was the thinking of our society. But now, dear friends, we have to change ourselves. There were instances where all of us were told, if you change the religion, you will get all the benefits. You will be, your all sufferings will end. Is it true today? Then why the people who have converted themselves or left the faith in which they were are still sufferers, and why they are demanding the special status for them? Because it is not the religion, not the faith, it is the thinking of the society that matters. We all have to think in a different way. This is not the issue of our Dalit, the word which also I hesitate to use, but it has been said, okay, just to identify. But all the Dalits, this is not the issue for all these people, downtrodden people, SCs or STs. This in fact has to be there in the minds of, there has to be some change, there has to be some difference in the minds of non-Dalits, not the Dalits, other than the Dalits. They have to think in a different way. Then only this issue can be solved. Wealth is not everything. Thinking is a different way. If the wealth would have, I am a very wealthy person, but my plight doesn't end. Society doesn't give me the status which I should have got. This is the thinking of every people, every brother of our from SC, ST community. I have that. But still I am not getting the status and the response from the non-Dalits. That is the thinking that has to be changed today. And many a times people think about the reservation and all that. Reservation, what was the need for reservation? And if you are getting a reservation, I am deprived of my opportunity. That is what is being told to us. Is it true? Who has stopped you from getting your opportunities? This reservation is not necessary for a particular community. This is because of the status in the society. And that has to be understood. That is the need of the hour today. But more than that today, what Ramesh Chennithalaji is doing, going to the villages, going to the people, explaining them, understanding their plight, their efforts, their sufferings, that is needed to be done. And after all these years, we could not much do any progress in this. Prakash ji was just telling me while sitting, Prakash Ambedkar ji, he was telling me that in our tribal community, there are many issues to be answered, to be addressed. And one of them he was telling me was regarding their herbal medicines. That has to be documented. That has to be codified. Both of us were not aware when Amma will come here and tell us the same thing. Both of us were not aware. Padma Shri Amma, Lakshmi Kutti Amma has come here and told us the very same thing. I had an opportunity to go to Wayanad. I went there. I went to the tribal villages there, met the tribal people there, spoke to them, discussed their sufferings, called the officers there. And as you know, I will not comment on the functioning of our officers. She was mentioning about forest officers, how they are behaving. Incidentally, I was forest minister in Goa, so I know how they are behaving. I know how they are reacting to all such things. But that should not be here today. She has mentioned about this. She has mentioned what she was giving to her service cannot be measured in wealth, in money, in price. Her service to the society is something different, great. And that is what Amma has given to us. And she says she is just 80. Just 80. She has to serve now. She has decided to serve the country, the people. And we are very much great. We are really very much thankful, grateful to you, Amma. Really. But when she comes here, is it not a serious issue? Wildlife-human conflict, the provisions in the forest laws, which puts restrictions on all of them. How the biodiversity has to be tackled, how the herbal gardens are to be produced. She has many answers, but as a society we have to come forward. Ramesh ji is doing the very same thing. I must appreciate him that whatever he has done so far is really in that direction to uplift those people who have been always tortured. And now the road is clear. Let us work together for the upliftment of all these people. We have to do it. Ramesh ji has shown us a way. He has shown us the right path. We have to do this. There are many other issues there. There are constitutional issues, there are issues of law, but human behavior is most important. How do we behave towards all these people? How do we react to all their plights, their sufferings? We will have to take an oath. We will have to decide, take a pledge that we will do something for this in coming years. It is just not enough that we are coming here, listening to all dignitaries here, and just afterwards before going, we will just clap. What a nice speech he has given. No, my dear friends, we have to go beyond that. It is our responsibility to act for this society, these people. My responsibility. It is my responsibility to act for this. And that is at the end of the year, let us try to see what I have done for this community, my neighbors, my people. Before concluding, I will suggest one thing. Hope all of you must have read the biography of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. If not, let us decide today. We will understand what that great person had a vision regarding the, not only about Dalit community, he had a vision for this country. He was just not a Dalit leader, mind you. He was a Rashtra Purush. He was really the great person of this country. You must read his biography, then understand what sufferings and what were his thoughts, in spite of sufferings. He never thought that this particular community has given me suffering, this community should be dissolved or destroyed. Never thought of it. He said, yes, you are there, we are also there. And that is the reason why always I am pained when Baba Saheb Ambedkar's Jayanti, birth anniversary or death anniversary is being celebrated by only Dalit community. Is it so, no? Only Dalit community, Dalit organizations, backward organizations, they celebrate the birth anniversary of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. It should have been the celebration of whole community, not only of Dalit community. This is the thinking that we have to do. Others also have to think. That is what I am telling you, that there has to be some change in the thinking of non-Dalits. That is what is needed. His birth anniversary, his days of importance, his biography should be a guide for all people. All the people in this country, irrespective of your caste and creed and anything. That is what we have to learn today. That is how we have to go. And again I am requesting you that we all should read his biography. Then it will be those who are working tirelessly, those who are working on this path, those who have to do something, some change in the society. It is really a guiding force, his biography, for every worker, every thought-thinking person. That is exactly what we need. I once again thank the organizers for this very important function. I was in a doldrum because I had other commitments. But Rameshji was after me, you have to come at any cost. And I could not say no to him. We have been friends for long. He was in charge of Goa when he was a Congress worker, Congress leader. He used to come in Goa as a Congress leader in charge of Goa. That time I was in a different party, but still we had a good relation. Rameshji had always thought of other people, and this is exactly what he is presenting before our society. I hope this kind of functions, the conclaves, should happen regularly, at least once in a year, so that all of us, we come together, discuss the thing, and find us something. That's all. Nandi.
Now I request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.